Let's see what Shoy Shouju has cooked up for us today. Hi friends, these patch notes are very big. Look at all our bug fixes. Look at Prestige Edition Senna. Look at the new Akali work. Look at what they did to my girl. Look at the buffs to jungle. And maybe even most importantly, we've got some amazing VFX updates this patch for some of our oldest and most beloved champions. Sounds good, Shoy Shouju. Oh wow, they put the JPEG up here. Nice work. Yeah, they really got the JPEG going. Maybe for your next... This is like heavily compressed, right? Like this is gonna only be like 500k. 171. Now that's a pretty impressive size for something this big. So they are using a pretty nice compression algorithm, but it does look bad. Which is why you actually want this to not just be a giant image. Whatever. Akali, Q cost increased, W Shroud movement speed increased again? And now DKs are now targets champions, not direction. So her Q is more expensive by 20 energy at all ranks. Twilight Shroud. The movement speed inside of Shroud really high. So now it's 50% at max rank, which is fine. And 2 seconds. That's okay. And now this can only target champions. Or is this R1 and 2? As promised, we've done some major work to Akali that's going live this patch. These changes are the result of her presence in pro play and aim to trim power there more than for everyday players. With that in mind, one of the biggest issues we want to tackle with the sheer numbers was the sheer numbers of options she had when approaching fights or surviving bad situations. She was way too flexible, being able to split push and team fight while also not being committed to a specific playstyle, early domination, scaling, etc. So they target direction, right? They did this last patch, did they not? I thought that Akali last patch had enemy champion for R1. R2 you can still go wherever you want, right? Well, I'm not sure. Anyway, they're taking power off of her. Great decisions here. Good. Librum marked enemy attack range from infinite to 1800. Now that's a pretty big nerf. But what I would do here for Aphelios, I think that this character, when you're playing against him, he feels like he has like a giant barrier in front of him that's just a fucking kill wall. All of his guns are terrifying, especially if you're approaching him. Like, he has so many guns that make it so that you can't get on top of him as easily because you have to walk through so much damage. I think they're gonna have to start attacking his the numbers that his AD is giving him, especially on the flamethrower. The flamethrower in lane, if he has that up and you walk towards him, you just get chunked out for so much. It's really stupid. This character is remaining on my permanent ban list. Really don't like him a lot. Azir. The Emperor has seen better days, but has the risk of power tripping, so we're cautiously buffing him, right? They just buffed him last patch, but they increased the wall duration. So the Emperor's Divide wall length is now one soldier bigger too, so it can close off bigger spaces. That's fine. And they moved his mana up by quite a bit, 242. That's fine. I don't know why they buff these guys in tandem. I guess that they just like keeping them together. W damage per second ratio increase, burn duration increase, now slows. Ooh, that's pretty good. Burn duration for 1.5 seconds, that's nice. And Carrier Pigeon now slows champions that are directly hit and knocked aside for 1.5 seconds. Oh. This is only with the package, though. So this is not a regular W. This is the empowered W. Diana, base mana decreased, W damage per orb decreased. I did feel like her one-shot potential was a little bit too high. But at least she has to get in there for a while. Like, the best change that they did was make it so that her damage doesn't go off instantly with her ult now. It just kind of takes a second to fully explode, so you can try and get out of there. Feels like you have more control over the game. Damage per orb, slight decrease for at all ranks. Yeah, whatever. But there are how many orbs? I think that there are. I think it's more than 3. The thumbnail shows 3, but if it's 3 by 4, 12 damage, that might stop something. Who knows? Ekko, passive monster stack, damage decreased. We're making so he can't flex as easily into the jungle, specifically hitting jungle Ekko. Spoiler alert, we also have some jungle changes that'll give back some XP to junglers earlier in the game. 200% to 150%, sure. I've said this before, most characters like Ekko that you can flex into mid, jungle, and top, they're flexible because they're broken. Like, they're not flexible because, oh wow, this character, isn't that great that they can do all of these things at the same time? Most of the time when there's a character like that, other than, like, obviously some top laners can go mid, some mid laners can go top, some top laners can go jungle. That's fine, but if you're gonna play it in all 3 roles, you have to hit something. Like, in my opinion of the game, no character should reliably be S tier in 3 roles at the same time, right? Like, makes sense. A little buff to Ezreal. I've been playing Ezreal a bit. What am I at? 51% win rate? I'm the greatest. 53% win rate with a 4.3 KDA. Look at that. Last game, 21 KDA MVP. So basically, it's going to be even easier for me to kill everyone. Plus 1% attack speed, that's nice. And the mana, hey, whatever. Good. Galio needs way more love than this. Tornado damage ticks up by 1. That's pretty impactful, actually. Tornado duration up by 0.5 seconds. This character just needs a lot. Leona, W and E damage decrease. That's good. They're not changing the root durations. It's okay. Same at rank 1. Max rank minus 20. Minus 10 on these. Hey, that's... It's not nothing. It's not nothing. Because you're going to be using these in a combo, so if you're losing 15 damage, like, that's something. Misfortune, they could probably mess with her a little bit too. I think that they could get her attacks, her move speed a little bit. This is fine though, 3% to 2.25%, whatever. MF is really strong. MF does really good when she can just stand there, obviously. And most of the other just stand there characters, well, standing there is maybe a little bit too generous, but or too rude. Who else do we have that stands there? Ashe stands there. Jinx stands there. Then the rest of them, Varus, Twitch, Kog'Maw, are all kind of quite a bit further down than Misfortune. Which tells me that they should probably nerf the damage that she does when she's just standing there, right? All these other characters that do the same thing as her. Especially ones like Twitch and Kog'Maw. Like, Twitch, in my opinion, Twitch should do more damage than Misfortune, right? Like, Twitch has a playstyle where he's like more of an assassin and bursty damage. Misfortune just gets in a decent position and presses R. They could also shorten the R by 1 bullet. Like, just rein back the range a little bit so that it doesn't shoot as far. That's probably what they'll do, to be honest. It is a pretty far ability. Rumble. Cleaning up some stats to nice, clean, whole numbers and pulling power out of his W defense, so he's not such a terror in the mid lane. Okay. 30.88 to 31. Hey, good decision. Attack damage down by 0.036. Probably wasn't killing too many people. Scrap shield. Bonus movement speed. Blah, 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 blah. They are moving the speed down by... That's 7.5% at max rank. No. Where am I here? 60. Yeah, okay. I was like, where are these? We got double the numbers. When enhanced. Enhanced meaning when... What's Scrap Shield enhanced? What on earth is Scrap Shield enhanced? Danger zone overheated. Okay, if you're in the danger zone. If you're in the danger zone, that's what it means. Okay, so here's where you want to be, in the danger zone. I see, I see. Bonus attack speed 0% at level 1 to 10% at level 1. Just better clearing of red buff, I guess. Who cares? This affects her by... This affects her by what? Like, nothing? Or does this stack at level 1 so that, like, at level 2 you're still attacking faster? Is this just at level 2 you're the exact same attack speed? This just speeds up her killing her first buff. Whatever, I don't know. Damage from epic monsters and enemy champions to damage from all monsters and enemy champions. That's good for her too. Nice, whatever. I read some of these changes to Senna. I feel like Senna's ridiculous. Like, here she is at top for 80 carry, and then she's still plus 50% on support. I really think they need to tune her into more of a support character. And they can do that by making it so that souls drop less when she's auto-attacking them. Even without farming, like, this is how strong supports are in the game right now, right? Even without farming and just standing there and poking, Senna can still out-damage her 80 carry, which is pretty ridiculous. You'd imagine that the gold differential between somebody that has 200 farm and somebody that has 10 farm would be bigger, but it really isn't. Missed Wraith drop chance to 25% on Minya Senna doesn't kill, okay. And 1.67% on cannon minion Senna kills. So the point of this is to incentivize that your 80 carry kills cannons? I think that's the point. Minion kills via Spoils of War, Relic Shield, and Steel Shoulder Guards unique that Senna gets credit for and now count as kills by Senna, reducing the drop chance to 1.67. Okay, fine. Curse of the Black Mist. Allies camouflaged by Curse of the Black Mist no longer become invisible if Senna dies during the ability's effect. Maybe a bit of a bug. This guy needed to be slowed down a bit. Haymaker, cooldown from 16 to 18, max rank 8 to 12. Base damage gutted by 20 at higher levels, scaling up from 5 at level 2, that's fine. We'll see how this guy goes. I think that he's still pretty ridiculous. Like this... Look at Soraka. I think that Soraka has a high win rate top because people don't really know how to play against her. I think that she plays more like Teemo than people realize. Like, you just kind of... You have tools to space, and you have tools to screw with people, but you know, if they run in on top of you, you should probably die. Maybe they'll nerf top lane Soraka sometime soon. That win rate is pretty ridiculous. And especially with a pick rate that high, if she's, what, the 5th most pick? No, Aatrox is way up there too. Just out of the corner of my eye, yeah, it looks like she's top 10. People like Sett, though. So he's probably getting the Sona treatment right now where they don't want to nerf him that bad. Yeah. They might have to mess with his numbers a little bit more. I think that his survivability should go down. One of his passives is that he takes less damage or something, right? Forget what that is. No. I think it's his passive. I think that when you build up grit or something, like you get super health regen or something like that, but it's kind of funky. You think that he's dead and then he just keeps walking. We're moving this self-movement speed 25% to 20%, and they swap the ability power from 4% to 3%. Hey, whatever. Whatever. Yuumi, some big changes actually. Silences no longer count as an immobilizing effect that places you and me on a 5-second cooldown. Repelling projectile damage down. By quite a bit here. That's 55 damage. But we've added target current health to it as well, which is fine. 90 at all ranks. Makes it less good early by 5 mana, which is really nothing. And then it's 20 mana cheaper here at max rank. Whatever. I think Yumi's in a fairly safe spot now. They nerfed her to a level where she's not incredibly annoying. What's this? Okay, they up the ratio and down the flat. That's fine. Okay, so take out your notebook. Here are the monster changes. Large monsters from 50 to 60. First large monster bonus to 150. So you're still getting... You're getting 5 less after your first large monster, I think. Right? 10 less gold from lane minions if more than half of your farm gold is from minions removed on item completion. 13 less gold from lane minions. More than half your stuff removed at 14 minutes. Okay. Even without your jungle item. Whatever. Rugs 160 to 175, that's fine. Total gold up by 10. Large Krug base XP down. Incentivizing clearing all of them, that's good. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Red Brambleback and Blue Sentinel, base XP down by 5. And then XP level scaling is higher. Okay, so the flat got nerfed. The large ones give 10 more than they did before. But, you know, it took 5 off of red buff. And then added some XP back to the Krug. So I guess that you are getting more XP overall. This is... We'll see how this goes, right? Like, these are... It's hard to totally visualize this. It feels like you're going to be killing Krugs more often, because they give more XP and more gold. And you're going to farm lanes at 14 minutes. And he got some VFXs. I'd like to see these, actually. Malphite VFX. Nautilus VFX. Oh my god, did we fix this? New missile that represents the actual hitbox. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah! That's incredible. I can't believe that they've done this. Finally. A good decision by Riot Games. We gotta tweet that one out. We gotta share the good word with everyone. Tweet button. Perfect. Great decisions. ARAM balances, bug fixes. Blah, blah, blah. Baron Nashor no longer damages or grants vision around himself for players behind his pit that do not originally have vision of him. But that's part of the game, dude. I like looking at the Baron pit when they're fighting it, and then I get to see it. I get to see them fighting. Okay, cool. I'm glad that they've made some good changes there. I'm most happy about Nautilus fixing this. That's good. That's very good.